What's up, guys? Welcome to Political Fight Club. I'm Robert Durden. In this episode, I'm going to be talking about art, two different parts. You guys can probably guess what one of the artists I'm going to be talking about today, or artists, is going to be Hunter Biden. But first, I want to give a shout out to Erik Scott. I had him on the show about a week and a half ago. He did an episode with me about censorship, and he's the local artist who had a couple of his pieces. He was forced to take them down out of his studio's window because they were showing nudity or they were perceived to be violent in nature, but they're not. So I had him on the show. Nothing new on that front as far as the censorship, but he did actually win Peoria Magazine's Best Emerging Artist. The votes are all in. He won. So congratulations, Erik. That's awesome. I will post a link to the article below, and you'll get to see a very, very awesome piece of his with the whale floating through the clouds. Now, that piece is enormous in real life. I think it's something like 10 by 12, something like that, maybe 8 by 12. It's really quite big. It took him a long time. He is not trying to sell it for 1/500th what Hunter Biden is trying to sell his art for. Now, let's change gears. Hunter fucking Biden. Again, he's such a goofball. I'm not going to go after him personally on anything. I don't really give a shit about any of his, drug usage or sex life. I don't care about any of that stuff. What I have a problem with is what kind of fucking egomaniac that just got into the art scene, last year? He was doing this as, his therapy to help him get over crack addiction, I think is what he was doing it for. What kind of balls you have to ask for $75,000 to $500,000 for your art? Are you out of your fucking mind? The ego on these elitist oligarchs is off the charts, man. What the fuck are we gonna be seeing now? This is dumb for two reasons. One, it's such obvious nepotism, and I mean the stones that these oligarchs have to act like, just simply because you've got the Biden name, that you can sell your art for hundreds of times what a normal artist that were making that same art would charge on a normal market. What the fuck? Okay, so that's part number one. It's ridiculous that any art really goes for something like $75,000 to $500,000, let alone some president's son who obviously doesn't, he's not talentless. I'm not saying his art sucks, but you'd think that same art that Hunter Biden is putting out there right now, if Erik Scott, my friend, were putting out that same shit, he'd be able to get $500,000 for it on the open market. You're out of your fucking mind. And Erik's been doing this for decades. He's a far more talented artist than Hunter Biden can ever hope to be. Has done this in his entire life, and he can't sell it for 1/500th what Hunter Biden is asking for some of this shit. Orders of magnitude more. Okay, and point number two, and this is the obvious, point of substance in my opinion, is this is so obviously a way for extremely rich, sociopathic CEO and hedge fund types to basically be like, so you're telling me I can go buy some of this Hunter Biden art and basically give him a couple mil. I'll go and buy $2 million, buy 4 pieces of art from Hunter Biden, and I can basically just put $2 million in the hands of the Bidens, and that's a bribe. But then they have plausible deniability that says, it's they point back, no, it can't be a bribe. We were giving them art that Hunter made. It's so obvious. And so they're not actually releasing the identities of the buyers either, which makes it ultra shady. So it's just giving plausible deniability for the Bidens to take legalized bribes via art that's priced 5,000 or 50,000% higher than it would ever go for if anyone else did that same art and it was on the normal market. I should know. My wife's an artist. We do this stuff all the time. 500,000? Well, you don't want $1 million? You don't want $1 million for, what are we going to have? What are we going to have next? We're going to have fucking Barron Trump in 2025 selling his middle school art for $1 million each because he's an aspiring artist. Going to have Meghan McCain making popsicle stick houses and What can we get Liz Cheney to do on the art market that we can have her make $1 million a piece off of? This is obvious nepotism, guys. It's so cartoonish. Hunter Biden wants $500,000 for a piece of art. Oh my god! And the only people that are gonna be at things like this are the richest and most shady motherfuckers ever. All that's gonna happen is Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk are gonna walk into this art show looking to pad the pockets of the Bidens via legalized bribe, and they're gonna go, I don't really care what art you give me, just give me 5 or 6. Here's 5 mil, keep the change. I want to put these art pieces in my new spaceship. And then they're both going to do that. They're both going to go buy 10 pieces of Hunter Biden's art just to pad the pockets of the Bidens in a legal way. And they don't even have to have their identities made public. Oh my god. Oh, these people. It's stranger than fiction sometimes, guys. It really feels like, you know, being a satirist like I am, it feels like it's a little too easy nowadays because this country operates so much on like a cartoonish level when it comes to politics. Like Hunter Biden, he could get $800,000 for a fucking finger painting, and that's what Bezos will do. Like he'll be like, hey Hunter, I'm gonna give you $1 million up front. Just do a finger painting for me. Have it delivered to my house tomorrow. It's just a way for him to give money to the Bidens so that he can get preferable treatment in the legislation that the Bidens, you know, push forward, and that involves, you know, keeping tax rates low for the rich. It involves allowing a whole bunch of you know, tax loopholes to remain open for these extremely rich oligarchs, and Biden, if he had an FDR-like bone in his body, would highly tax these people, but he has no intention of being FDR-like, mostly because a lot of these billionaires are going to be buying a whole bunch of Hunter Biden's art and putting it in their houses, or in their spaceships, or whatever. Oh my god, it's stranger than fiction. Anyway, what should happen, guys, is, like, obviously the art should not go for this amount of money. That's not going to happen. But at minimum, if you're going to sell it for this amount, you have to at least make sure that the identities of the buyers are known to the public, so that, like, we can spot obvious conflicts of interest. Like, we can't have, you know, we can't have all the billionaires come in and suddenly become Hunter Biden purchasers, you know, fans of Hunter Biden's art suddenly, and then willy-nilly coming in and dropping like $5 million on a couple pieces of art, overbidding by orders of magnitude so that they can give money to the Bidens. That can't happen. This is ridiculous. Anyway, keep fighting the good fight out there, guys. Like I said, man, we're very cartoonish in the way that we do things, so stuff like this doesn't even really surprise me anymore. It does, however, make me laugh. People are going to drop $500,000 on something that Hunter Biden painted while he was trying to get over a crack addiction. Oh, I'll see you later.